Hey everybody, Alvie from Mobile Cup of Joe here, and I've got an unboxing video for us today. We have the Asus ZenWatch in the house. It came a day early, so that's why I'm not in the studio today, but I wanted to go ahead and get the video out to you. So let's go ahead and crack it open and find out what's in the box. But first, grab that coffee cup, fill it up, bring it over, and sit on down, and take a swig of your Mobile Cup of Joe. Here it is, the Asus ZenWatch. Now this is Asus's first foray into Android wear. So let's crack it open and find out what's in the box. Now this is my first time in here too, so we'll find it all together. Alright, so we get rid of this protective sleeve, which my guess is just for shipping and keeping your box presentable. And then we get a much better view, much better angle, much cleaner look of the Asus ZenWatch box. Now here on the side it says that it's compatible with Android 4.3 and up, with fine watch craftsmanship, with an interchangeable standard strap. That's good. It does come with a leather strap, notifications on your wrist, with a remote camera and wellness manager. So, other than that, the box is really sleek and clean looking. It's just that black with a subtle view of the watch on the front, and then of course all your barcodes and everything on the back. Nothing of note back there. Really the only information is here on this side. Outside of that, it's just a couple logos, a couple bits of branding. So let's go ahead and see what we got inside. Slide that top off. Try not to spin it everywhere. Well, there it is. Now mine is a little, I probably did that though. Well, there it is in all of its glory. So let's go ahead and pull this part out. There it is. Now this is my first Android wear, so I'm a little excited about it just to get into it and find out what Android wear is all about. I haven't messed with anything. The last I did have a Pebble, which was okay, but if you remember my comments on it, it was a little lacking in certain areas, but a very capable smartwatch. So let's see what Android Wear has for us. What else do we have in here? Little packaging, little foam. Over here we've got our charger, which the cable is just standard micro USB to standard USB on one side. Wall adapter here, and the charging cradle. I do want to look at this charging cradle. Let's look at that for a second. Outside of that, you do get your regular collateral materials, parts and features, quick start guide, warranty card, and some seasoning. Silica gel, don't need that. This is the charging cradle. And I'm not sure if this clips in. We'll find out here in just a bit. Actually, we can try it now. I don't know if it clips in or just rests. Looks like it kind of snaps down into it. Let's take off this protective coating here. There. And then looking on the inside, on the back, stainless steel Asus ZenWatch. Some information. And then at the bottom you see the charging pins. And those need to line up with the charging pins of the cradle. Looks like you just set it, kind of clips down. Nothing, not like what the LG G Watch has, nothing like that, where that type of a clip in. But it really more sets in, but it does hold itself in, so it's not a Qi charger like the Moto 360. You do kind of have to force it in and out, but nothing like the LG G Watch. I don't see or have any concern of this bending or breaking. Really, the ZenWatch just kind of sets down into it with just a little bit of force, very small amount of force, and then it seats down into the charger. And it's actually, even with the charger, fairly light, so it would be usable. The charger outside of the cable, which will go in here on the side, Be you know, not too much to worry about. Fairly unobtrusive, but it is a 5 volt, of course, and it's 0.5 milliamp hours, or 0.5 amps, excuse me. Outside of that, little Asus logo on the back, and there's your charging cradle. So here, this is what we care about, isn't it? The Asus ZenWatch. This is a leather, it does feel like genuine leather strap, which matches nicely with that rose gold, I think they're calling it, but brown brown side. And it's fairly simple. No buttons on the side, no buttons on the outside. Looks like there is our microphone hole right there. So let's see how this thing looks on. Slips on just fine. Fits on my wrist perfectly, which I knew it would. I was so confident. Now here on the back, as far as the strap goes, or the clasp, let me pull this back off so you guys can see that better. The clasp, it is a really old school style, genuine watch style, with the, it kind of flaps over and clips down. Press the side buttons to release and open. Once again, close it. It's got a little clasp, and it does hold. So it's not just a typical fold over. Really looking and feeling all of this, it's high quality. Like, it just feels like it's quality materials, quality workmanship. It feels like a watch. It doesn't feel like a mini computer, which, granted, I know that that's what it really is on my wrist. But as far as like just the materials, the leather, that metal, as far as what it feels like quality watch material. And then it is adjustable here. Looks like we could get into it and make it bigger, a little smaller, with not much work. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. Let's just go ahead and open that. I'm sure I'm going to need the biggest one. But yeah, to adjust your sizes there, you would just pull out, there's a little notch and a little post, and that goes in the traditional watch holes. And then you could tighten it if you need to, or loosen it. I'm a big guy, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to need the biggest. So there it is. So let's put this thing on and see what we feel like. Yeah, a little tight, but I am a big guy. But I think we'll be okay. Once that leather has a little bit of time to give, we should be just fine. And there it is. Yeah, again, it is for a bigger guy, and that is the largest setting, a little tight. So I'm hoping that leather gives. I think it will. But, you know, time will tell there. There's your power button. And let's see. Push and hold for 3 seconds. And there's our Android Wear Asus ZenWatch. Powering up for the very first time, so you'll see opening screens just like I will. Now I do have my Android Wear app installed, the ZenWatch app installed on my device already, but I have not opened the app just in case it needed to sync or find something weird. So we'll just kind of learn all that together. I am English. In the United States. Install Android Wear on your device. I have done that. And just that easy, we are connecting to the watch. And there we are. That's correct. That's correct. And there we are paired. Now the colors are not coming through quite as crisp and vivid. That was a very green screen on the watch, but it didn't quite come through on the camera, but trust that it is. So even with a quick guide tutorial of how to get started, swipe up to get started. And you're all set. Swipe up to get started. Great choice. Swiping up again. Useful, right? Absolutely. Keep swiping. And then I can swipe. Card removed. Card removed. Okay, got it. I can touch anywhere on the clock to activate Google Now's features. Find a restaurant near me. And there's a couple restaurants nearby. and you can go ahead and click that and navigate on the phone. That went ahead and straight to my phone. Quite a bit of watch faces pre-installed already for you there, depending on what your groove and style is. Now, as far as the feel of the watch, it actually sits on the wrist pretty good. Now, this is a little tight, like I said, so you can kind of see that a little bit as I bunch my hand around the band. But in general, it feels pretty good. It's not too weighty. It's not too bulky at all. As far as the size of the watch itself, it actually fits on my wrist just right. Sits on there fine. It's not uncomfortable or anything. Inside of the settings, you get some other options. There are some brightness levels, so you can go fairly bright on this device. Most of the time it's been down there on 1, which I'll leave it there and we'll see how that works. The screen is always on, but you can set that to off or on. Airplane mode, of course, power off and reset. And from here you can change the watch faces too, which is kind of an odd way to do it instead of just holding the watch face in general, but it does work. That's just a quick little tour. But looking at this, it is slightly rounded. Just a little bit of bevel on the screen itself, and then the corners of the screen are rounded a little bit, like you can see there. At a quick glance here, there are some Asus ZenWatch features inside the app itself. This is the ZenWatch app inside of the device. This is where it will help you with most of your features and settings. You can change your watch faces here. My guess is this is similar to most other Android Wear devices because this is similar to my Pebble that I had. This is where you can adjust your watch faces, even change the color and theme of certain apps and watches, and then even set up trusted devices so you can unlock your phone automatically when the watch is nearby. You get a cover to mute, which if there's an incoming call or your alarm, you can cover the watch and it will mute the incoming call or the alarm. You can set up trusted devices, which when your watch is near the device will be unlocked. And then it's even got an SOS in case you do need help. You can set your emergency contacts. Find My Watch, which it is vibrating. There's no audible alarm or anything, but it is vibrating. Then a whole bunch of other features like Forgot Your Phone. The ZenWatch will vibrate to remind you when the phone is not around. You can set up the compass or flashlight. A whole bunch of other options, and go to the website and help center and all that if you need any additional support. And then there inside of the Android Wear app is your normal Android Wear features and everything else. Now this isn't the full review. That'll be coming up in just a little bit after I've had some time to put this thing through its paces and see what I think of Android Wear in general. Be sure to be looking for that on Mobile Cup of Joe, the Asus ZenWatch. Well, that's our unboxing for the Asus ZenWatch. That's not our full review. Be looking for that soon on the Mobile Cup of Joe channel. But in the meantime, leave me some questions or comments that you may have about the device. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click subscribe and check out some of our other videos while you're here. We'll see you next time.